62% of calls to small businesses go unanswered. That's money being left on voicemail every single day. So I decided to build something different. An AI receptionist that automatically handles every after hours call. And the crazy part, it took me less than 10 minutes to set this up. No coding, no expensive staff, no complicated tech. And just to be clear, I'm not selling a high ticket course or coaching program. If you find this video helpful, hit like, share it with a friend, and drop a comment below, and I'll send you a private link with my free step-by-step course, templates, scripts, and live bootcamp to get this entire business set up on Zoom 100% free. This is the same AI system I personally use to generate recurring income online, and it's already been replicated by hundreds of beginners with no prior marketing experience. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this AI works behind the scenes, how to set it up today, and how to turn missed calls into booked appointments automatically. So what we actually do with this simple AI business model is we go after small local business owners. So this could be like a local chiropractor or a real estate agent or a hair salon. And what we're going to be doing is setting them up with a simple after hours AI receptionist for their missed phone calls. And then we're gonna charge these businesses anywhere from $200 to $300 a month per client for setting up a simple AI receptionist that is actually going to save them customers and deals. And what I really love about this business model is we are not selling our time as a service. This AI receptionist, as you're going to see here in just a second, takes about 10 minutes to set up one time, and then you can get paid that $200 to $300 a month for this simple AI solution that you're going to provide to these small business owners, where the AI is going to do the heavy lifting for you. Now, what's so cool about this AI offer is you're able to use simple math to make the sale of the AI a complete no-brainer for the business. And one way to do this is right here on this website template, which again, if you just drop a comment down below, you'll get access to this template right here. But what we can actually ask them once we hop on a phone call with a small business owner, on average, how much is a customer worth to you? And so obviously this is going to depend on the industry, but if we just put in some example numbers right here, we'll say we're reaching out to orthodontists. So they might say that an average customer is worth about $3,000. And one quick pro tip, if you reach out to small business owners who have a higher average customer or client value, if you help them save a deal with an AI receptionist, that is going to be worth so much to them compared to a business that has an average customer value of maybe $100. The next thing we're going to ask the orthodontist is about how many calls do they miss every single week. And so with this question, we might just be getting a rough estimate. And so we'll just say that they miss on average 15 calls a week, so about 2 calls a day. And one way to ask this question with the close rate is, if you, the business owner, talk to 10 people, how many of them don't end up becoming customers on average? And so if they say, yeah, most of them don't become customers, maybe 1 or 2 will become a customer, then we could just put in like a rough 15% of the people that they talk to who are inquiring about their services. So in this case, in getting braces, that 15% of them actually become customers. And so what we can do once we actually collect those numbers is just hit calculate ROI. And then down here, we get the actual return on investment that they would receive by having you set up an AI receptionist for their business. And so if we look at these numbers right here, it says monthly left on the table. And so this number right here is 6,453, but that is taking into account what our cost would be if we were charging them $297 a month, which this would be a crazy return on investment for that small business. And then if we wanted to go even more conservative with this, we could just ask them, if this AI receptionist were to save you just 1 additional deal every single month, would it be worth it to you? Which the obvious answer is, if they're spending $297 to get $3,000 back every single month, that is a 10x return on their investment. Okay, so now what I want to do is just show you how I would go about finding a small business owner. And so I'm just going to type in orthodontist in Orlando. And so this could be any kind of local business in any area. And then if we just scroll down here, we get a list of all of the orthodontists in the Orlando area. And so I'm just gonna click on Orlando Orthodontics website. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop over here and I'm just gonna copy this script right here. So it says, I'll build you an AI agent that gets you appointments in 7 days with 0 ad spend or you pay nothing. And then we just ask them if they're interested. All right, so I'm just gonna click on one of these businesses' websites. And what I typically like to do is somewhere on the website, there is going to be a spot with all of their social channels. And so if I just scroll down here to the bottom, we can see that they've got a Facebook business profile and an Instagram account. So I just click into their Facebook business page. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna follow their page. I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna like one of their posts. And we're just doing this so that they get a few notifications from me, just so I can stand out a little more. And then I'm just gonna click on message. And then I'm just gonna paste this message in right here. And then if you wanna customize it a little bit, we can just say for the name of the business. So smiley face braces. So it says, I'll build an AI agent for smiley face braces that gets appointments in 7 days with 0 ad spend or you pay nothing. And so I just paste that in there and then I just send the message. Then I'm just gonna do that, as I said, with 30 to 50 of these businesses every single day. But the approach that I recommend is, instead of reaching out to 30 different businesses every single day, you want to reach out to the same businesses every single day for about a week. And so as an example, I just reached out to Smiley Face Braces on their Facebook profile. So what I do tomorrow is send them a message on their Instagram account. And then on day 3, I could send them a message directly to them on their website. And then on day 4, maybe I give them a phone call. But the whole goal here is we want to have multiple touches with every single one of these businesses before we actually move on to a new set of businesses. Now there's 3 parts to actually set up this AI receptionist for a small business. We've got the details, the agent goals, and then just setting them up with a phone number. And so for agent details, I'm just going to give this AI receptionist a name. So I'm going to name her Sarah, and then we're just going to paste in the name of the business right there. And then we've got the language selected, where you can actually go through and you can choose multiple languages. There's even a multilingual option if you wanted to be able to speak English and Spanish. And then we've got a voice selected right here. So I'm just gonna leave that at Jessica for now, but there's actually 212 voices that you can choose from. And then I'm just gonna switch this to Eastern time. And then for agent's initial message right here, I'm also gonna paste in the name of the business right there again, so that anytime somebody calls into the business after hours, this is gonna be the first thing that the AI receptionist says when somebody calls into the chiropractic clinic. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click on next. Now here inside of agent goals, what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna click on switch to advanced mode. And the reason we wanna do this is because inside of advanced mode, you're actually able to give the AI receptionist specific questions custom to the actual business that you're gonna be setting this up for, or if it's being set up for your business. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna copy some of the common questions that a receptionist for a chiropractor would ask before going through and actually scheduling an appointment. And so I'm literally just gonna go ahead, copy these questions right here, and then we're gonna come back over to agent goals. And then down here where it already says structured call flow script, I'm just gonna say, ask the following questions in this order before booking an appointment. And then I'm just gonna paste in those questions right there. And so literally the only thing that we're gonna customize is just adding in a few of these questions that we want the AI to be able to ask. And obviously if we're setting this up for a plumber or a hair salon, these questions are going to look a little bit different. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna hit save. And then right here where it says set up your actions, I'm just gonna click on new action, and we're just gonna click on appointment booking. And so there's different goals that you can set up for the AI receptionist, but for the most part, a really good objective to have for the AI receptionist is to actually just go through and schedule an appointment. And so all we do is we just select a calendar where we can connect a Google business profile or any kind of calendar to the AI receptionist extremely easily. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and click on save. And then right here where it says receive email notification, what this is going to do is it's going to notify the business owner or whoever the business owner wants to have notified about what was talked about on the phone call immediately after it takes place. And so you can have it set up to either send a transcript where they can see word for word what was talked about on the call, or it can just send a summary. And this info can also be sent via text as well. Okay, so this next step that I'm going to break down is extremely important because it's how we actually train an AI receptionist so that it knows everything about a specific business. So if we're setting it up for this chiropractor right now, we want the AI to know everything about their services, their pricing, any information that the business owner would want a receptionist, if they were to hire a full-time receptionist and if they were to train them, anything that the business owner would want an employee to know, we want to actually train the AI on. And so we can actually do this extremely easily, but this is really important in actually customizing for a specific business. So what we do for this right here where it says select knowledge base, I'm just going to click on create new. And then if we come back to the website of the business, I'm just going to copy their URL. and then we're going to click on add source and then web crawler. Literally all that we're doing right here is we're pasting in the URL of the business so that the AI can then scrape all of the information, all the different pages on their website so that it can be custom trained to the business in just a matter of seconds. And so I'm just going to click on extract data. And so now it's just going to take a few seconds to scrape all of the information. And so what we can do in the meantime is right here where it says FAQs, we can just click on add source again, and then we can select FAQ. So just as an example, I just put in a question: is chiropractic care safe for children? And then we put in an answer: yes, it's safe for children when performed by a licensed and experienced chiropractor. So I would just go ahead and click on save. And then what we want to do from here is if we just hop back into the voice AI agent, this is where we actually set it up for after hours calls specifically. And so what you can do right here where it says enable AI agent as a backup, you can have that toggled on so that it's working 24 hours a day, but it gives the primary full-time receptionist the opportunity to be able to answer incoming phone calls. And then if the call is missed, it will forward to the AI receptionist. And so for this example of setting it up specifically for after hours phone calls, I'm going to toggle this off right there. And then I'm going to turn on set working hours for the agent. And so I'm just going to select all of these days right here, and I'm just going to set it from 5 p.m. and then I'll just select 11:59 p.m. And then I'm just going to copy this to every single day. And then I'm going to add one more that's going to start at 12 a.m. and that's going to go all the way to 8:59 a.m. And so I'm going to save that. And so I'm not going to go ahead and finish this out for every single day, but you can kind of get the idea of depending on the hours of the small business that you're setting this up for. If they're closed on Saturday and Sunday, you can set it up so that the AI agent will answer every single call in that 24-hour period, and that the AI agent is only turned off between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And so as you can see, there are endless ways that you can customize this for a small business. And so what I'm going to do now before we actually go through and give this a call so that you can see how it works in action is I'm just going to make sure that we have a phone number selected. So I'm just going to choose a phone number, and buying a phone number is super easy. You just click buy new number, and then you find a phone number that is going to work in their specific area code, and it costs literally $1 to go through and do that for them. And you can have the business owner pay for that phone number as well. And then the last thing that we're going to go through and do before we actually give this a try is right here where it says select knowledge base. I'm just going to click right here and I'm going to select chiropractic and wellness. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on save. And so now we've actually added the knowledge base so that this AI receptionist is trained on the specific business. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a quick call.
Hi, you've reached Chiropractic and Wellness. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I was hoping to be able to book an appointment. Do you know if chiropractic care is safe for children?
Yes, chiropractic care is safe for children when performed by a licensed and experienced chiropractor. Would you like me to check available appointment slots for you?
Also, where are you located?
We're located at 108 Flagler Plaza Drive, Palm Coast, Florida, 32137. Let me know if you'd like directions or need help with anything else. Should I go ahead and check available appointment slots for you?
Yeah, that's great.
Here are some available appointment slots. Today, October 16th at 11 a.m. or 1:30 p.m. Tomorrow, October 17th at 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. Do any of these work for you?
Let's do tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Just to confirm, you'd like to book an appointment for tomorrow, October 17th at 10 a.m., correct?
Yeah, that's right.
To book your appointment, I'll need your email address so we can send you the confirmation details. Could you please provide it?
Yeah, it's just travis@gmail.com.
You're all set for tomorrow, October 17th at 10 a.m. A confirmation has been sent to your email, travis@gmail.com. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, that would be all. Thank you.
Thanks for calling Chiropractic and Wellness. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Now, if you want to actually get access to the AI software 100% free, plus hop into a free live bootcamp to get this entire business set up live on Zoom in the next 24 hours, plus a free step-by-step course and my website templates and client getting scripts, all you got to do is smash the like button, drop a comment below, and share this with a friend, and I will send you that private link. And also, if you'd rather just have somebody set this up for you, there is a done-for-you setup option as well to either get this AI receptionist up and running in your business, or to be able to jumpstart your side hustle so that you can start selling this to small local businesses in your area even faster.